Hello, hello. So we're going to do a walkthrough of how to test the two-way KRC20 ERC20 bridge that we've built at the CAT Foundation. So this is CAT Bridge. It'll allow you to bridge KRC20 tokens to their ERC20 version on the Casplex Layer 2. Currently, everything here is testnet, and it is a work in progress. So we currently only support one Caspa Layer 1 wallet, and that is Castle wallet. We're adding Casware right now. On the EVM side, you should be able to use just about anything you're familiar with. MetaMask, Rabby, Phantom, Castle, Casware, any of these should work fine. So what we're going to do is use two brand new fresh wallets, and I'm going to walk you through every single step of how to test this bridge in both directions, and give you some information about what's happening at each step along the way. So just to lay of the land here, we're on the main bridge user interface for testnet. It's just tn10-bridge.cat.foundation. We've got nothing connected. We're just on the home page. We've got two brand new wallets here. So we've got a new MetaMask wallet, ends in BBE. It's got Casplex testnet set up, but it has nothing in it, never used. Similarly, on the layer one side, we've got Castle, and this is a brand new wallet as well with nothing in it. No CAS, nothing. So as part of this process, we'll need to mint the testnet token that we want to bridge. We'll have to get some testnet CAS on both the layer one and layer two, and then we'll walk through all these steps of bridging. So to get started, you want to connect your Caspa wallet, which in this case is going to be Castle for now. So we'll connect that, and we get the Castle pop-up that basically just asks you to connect. So we connect that, and now we're connected on the Caspa wallet side. We need to connect our EVM wallet still, so we'll click this button. Either one works, and we'll get that pop-up from MetaMask or Phantom or whatever EVM wallet you have installed. We'll connect that, and now we're good. But we have no tokens available to bridge, and that's because these wallets are empty. We've created a custom KRC20 token, a brand new token on testnet 10, specifically for testing this bridge. We created a new one so that there would be basically unlimited supply for anyone to be able to mint some and test the bridge in both directions. So that token is called BCAT, or short for Bridge Cat. It's just our test token, so BKAT is the KRC20 ticker, and we'll actually have to mint some. So to mint some, we'll need to get some CAS first. So we need to put some CAS in this layer one Castle wallet. So we'll copy this address, and we'll go over to the testnet 10 Caspa faucet. So that's just faucet-tn10.caspanet.io. And you'll put in your address here. Make sure you're on testnet, put in an amount. You don't need a lot. You can get up to 100,000 TCAS per day. So maybe just use a small amount, leave some in there for others. Don't need a ton for these gas transactions. Connection closed, interesting. I'll give this a quick refresh. May have just timed out being on the page a little too long while I was setting up my video. So here we go, same thing here. So we'll put in that address, say 10,000 TCAS, and we'll take that. Perfect, so that worked. And now in our Castle wallet, we see we've got 10,000 TCAS on testnet 10. Now we need to mint this token, BCAT, that I talked about. We don't have any. So we'll go into Castle here and hit mint. It'll open up a brand new large view of the Chrome extension. In the ticker, you'll just put BKAT and then just mint some. Let's do 40 BCAT. So we'll mint these. And this is just standard process, right? We've done this in KSPR bot on Telegram. We've done it in Casware wallet, Chrome extension. Maybe you've even, written a script or used one of those previous scripts for minting KRC20 tokens. So this is just a testnet 10 wallet, testnet 10 token. Don't get any exciting ideas. BCAT is just for testing. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to become a real token one day on mainnet. So we're just waiting for it to mint all of these tokens so that we have 40 BCAT to play with in this bridge demo. Luckily, we're on Caspa, and this goes super fast. It'd be pretty crazy if we were trying to mint something on like Bitcoin speeds. Demo would be a couple hours long. And there we go. BCAT has been forged. That's fun. I like the castle theming stuff they've got. So back to extension, we've now got 40 BCAT. So if we come back to this bridge UI, we're still connected, nothing's changed, we've still got no tokens, we need to refresh. Now we have a small known bug. So if you click refresh, it's gonna disconnect your Castle wallet and won't let you reconnect. It's gonna give you this weird error. All you need to do is a hard refresh. So if you're on a Mac, just hit your keyboard, Command Shift R. If you're on a Windows or Linux computer, hit Control Shift R. It'll reload, you'll be connected, everything's fine. We're working on that bug, so don't worry about it. Now, there we go. So we've got BCAT. I had to refresh again for some reason. Again, work in progress on these little bugs, so just bear with us. But we see our 40 BCAT here. We'll choose that. And we're going from KRC20, so the current tokens that we're all used to for these many months, to the new smart contract version on Casplex EVM network. So KRC20 to ERC20. So we've got 40. We know that in our balance here. So we're just going to bring over 10 of these. So let's bridge 10. And once we click this button, we've got 3 steps in this process. The first one is a MetaMask signature. This is an L2 signature. It's coming from your L2 wallet, but it is not a transaction. You're just signing a message that essentially cryptographically links your L2 address with your L1 address, so we know where to mint these tokens. So you're basically signing a message here that says, hey, I do want to bridge those tokens to this new address. And that's telling you it's 10 because they have 8 decimals. So we'll confirm that. And once we've got that message confirmed, now we're actually depositing your tokens in the bridge vault. So you are sending 10 BCAT from your wallet to the bridge. And this is going to require 2 transactions. Just like any other KRC20, we need a commit and a reveal. So this first transaction is the commit. It's charging you a 10 CAS fee. This is what the bridge charges you for each transaction. It is editable in the future, and we will always ensure that the bridge fee is less than $1 per transaction. It's there just to support ongoing maintenance and infrastructure for the bridge, and it's changeable in the future if CAS has a nice run and becomes expensive. We do have an extra 5 here, but that is just the CAS that's going with your token transfer to help facilitate that transfer and avoid storage mass and dust issues, KIP9 stuff on L1. So we'll see this 5 CAS come right back to us in a minute. So we'll confirm that commit transaction. Okay, I think I just talked a little long, guys. I apologize. Try and be a little quicker. So I'm gonna go 10 real quick, accelerate through this. So we got that same signature message here and the commit transaction. So now that commit transaction is being confirmed on the Caspa L1, and then we're going to see another pop-up with the reveal transaction, that second step of KRC20. And here you can see I was talking about getting that 5 CAS back. So you did pay a 10 CAS fee and a little bit of a priority fee on each step just to make sure that this transaction goes through smoothly and quickly for you, but you get the 5 CAS back that was just part of that flow. So we confirm that reveal transaction. And here's where some of the more complex technical stuff is happening in the background. we're looking at both networks, L1 and L2, depending on the direction. We're indexing all of the transactions and verifying that your L2 message included the correct address information. Your L1 transaction deposited the correct amount of tokens to the bridge. And we're ensuring that that's validated 5 separate times. And these 5 relayers, as we call them, are attesting on the L2 in a smart contract. They're actually processing a transaction on chain and saying, yes, I saw this information. Here is some proof about it. And it locks that in the smart contract logs on the L2. This takes about 90 seconds because we're essentially waiting for your tokens to transfer, the Casplex indexer to notice that you have transferred them and actually index that transaction. Those 2 steps are usually about 40 seconds. And then we're waiting for our 5 relayers to agree that everything went correctly as planned. And then we're waiting 20 extra blocks just to make sure that nothing changes, and we double check that validation work. Once all of that's done, we mint brand new BCAT tokens, 10 of them, same amount we just bridged, to your L2 address. And you'll receive those, and this transaction will show up as successful. So we should see that here in the next 10 seconds-ish. And there it is. So transaction successful, tokens have been bridged, and we get a nice refresh. If we switch over to this transaction history on KRC20, we'll actually see that transaction that just happened. Gives us a date, even tells us the L2 transaction hash, and everything's good. So what we want to do now is validate that our wallet agrees, right? Our L1 wallet should have 10 less BCAT. We minted 40. We now only have 30 left in the wallet. That looks perfect. Let's make sure we get it on the MetaMask side. We don't have anything in here. What do? We need to add the BCAT token to this. If you go over to the Casplex indexer, Explorer, you'll be able to just search for tokens, and you can find this contract address for BCAT. We've got it right here. So in MetaMask, we can import a token, choose Casplex testnet, pop in that contract address, and look, we've got 10 BCAT. So now in MetaMask, we see that we took 10 BCAT from our L1 in Castle, moved it through the bridge, and it came out the other side on the L2 to our MetaMask wallet. So what we want to do now is essentially bring it back. Let's take 5 of those on the L2 and bring them back to the L1. So here on L2, we can see ERC to KRC20, right? It changes because we flipped that switch right there. So now we're going, here we have 10 BCAT, so we're gonna move over 5. But we're gonna run into a problem because our L2 wallet doesn't have any CAS for gas. So we need to use that L2 faucet real quick. So we'll grab our L2 wallet, come over to Zealous's faucet, which is just faucet.zealousSwap.com. Make sure you're on the Casplex side, pop in that address, confirm you're a human. Close enough, I think. There we go. And you can claim 50 CAS. Boom. So very shortly, we should see 50 CAS come into this MetaMask wallet. There we go. So we've got 50 TCAS here, and now we can actually process this transaction. So we moved 10 BCAT from L1 to L2. We're going to take 5 of those BCAT on L2, move them back to L1. So we make sure that we're going ERC20 to KRC20, 5 to 5, and let's get started. This step is significantly easier. We only have one transaction to sign. It's an L2 transaction, and what this transaction is doing is paying a 10 CAS fee and burning your BCAT tokens on the L2. All of our relayers will watch that, and then they'll release the BCAT on L1 back to your wallet so you have them. So we'll just confirm this one transaction here. And we can see underneath down here that our burn transaction was submitted with a hash, and our tokens are going to be released to this L1 wallet. So this one takes less time because it's smart contract based. We have some WebSockets that we're listening to for events. So this should only take about 30 seconds, maybe 40 seconds, something around there. And then we'll see those tokens moved back to the L1. There we go. Transaction successful. Tokens have been bridged. So let's verify. In our L1 wallet, right, KRC20, we're back up to 35. We had minted 40 BCAT. We moved 10 of them to the L2, and then we bridged 5 of those back to the L1. So 35 makes sense. On MetaMask, we're looking 5 BCAT. That's great. We moved 10 to MetaMask, the L2, and then we took 5 of them and moved them back. So everything here is good. If you want to refresh your transaction history, you can look here. You've got ERC20s, which are withdrawals from the bridge, right, coming back to L1. All your transaction information there. KRC20 are deposits or bridge transactions, and we had done 10 here. Both are successful. So what we need you to do is run through a bunch of these tests. We need to test varying systems, varying browsers, different computer environments, internet latencies, all of these type of things, right? So as many bridge transactions as you can do, the better it is for security and testing and finding bugs before mainnet. Similarly, we need to test the queuing system. L1 release transactions. So going from L2 to L1 must be queued because we only want to process one of these at a time since they use the same bridge vault wallet address. So these could, if we have 500 people in the queue, which I think is very unlikely, but if we ever get there, maybe it takes a solid 2-3 hours for the bridge to come back to L1. L1 to L2 will always be nearly instant, right? 1 minute, 90 seconds, something like this. L2 to L1 has a queue because we've got to release those transactions on L1. So we need a lot of your testing in every facet of the web page. But keep in mind that on L1, when you connect this Caspa wallet, you're only going to be able to use Castle right now. We should have an update in a couple days that adds Casware, and then we'll continue adding to that over time. But for now, you're going to have to use Castle to do this. And most of our testing has been Castle and MetaMask. So, if you want to partner Castle and Rabby or Castle and Phantom or something like this, Castle and OneKeys Chrome extension, this would all be really helpful. So yeah, reach out to us if you have any questions or you need help testing, but definitely walk through this workflow. Get yourself some CAS from the faucet on L1 and on L2, and go mint on L1 some BCAT token so that you can actually have something to bridge and test with. Hope it helps. Let us know what you think.